Good morning. Far from St Ives now, and I've just walked up from Hale, so I've done reasonably well. It's about 2:30 now, and I bumped into this young lady, Rachel, who's an avid walker, and she's heading in the same direction as me. And you've been doing quite a lot of walking abroad, Rachel. What was this one you were telling me about?
Well, it was the first
Santiago.
one. No, it's the first one I've ever done.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go for it. I walked the Compostela Santiago.
Yes.
It's the pilgrims walk from Pierre, Saint-Jean Pierre de Port,
Yes.
over the Pyrenees to
Wow.
Santiago.
Fantastic. And
Yeah,
how long
nearly
a walk
killed
was?
me, but did it.
How long a walk was that then?
It's about 500 miles.
Yes, I think it's a lot of people call it the Santiago 500.
Is that what they call it?
That's what I've heard of. Yeah,
and some people call it the Camino.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Santiago. There's quite a few pilgrim walks in to Santiago. There's the French one, the English one,
Yes.
this one, and that. But I did the French one because it's the one that's the best signpost, and because I was doing a walk for the first time.
Yes.
First time I was doing it, I thought, well, I don't want to get lost.
No.
I'll do this one. I'll do the one that's that's signposted, and there's lots of hostels along the way, and see how I get on. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I got the bug now.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing now then? What are you doing here?
I'm working my way through my bucket list,
Right.
but I want to do my bucket list before I get too old.
Right.
Before my hips give up.
Right. Do you have leg problems or?
No, I
have
don't. No, but I don't. But I know you come to an age when you do.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone sort of. I'm getting to the age where most of my friends are talking about hip replacements and things like that. So
Yes.
I thought, oh, bugger that.
No.
I'm off.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I mean about you've got to do the walking while you're still fit and you're not
Yeah.
in pain. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I've got a big birthday coming up in December, and it's freaked me out. I've got my 60th coming up,
Right.
and I just don't feel like I'm 60. I just
Really?
don't want
Well,
to be 60.
if I'm to be honest, Rachel, you don't look as if
There
you're
you are.
60.
You see, I'm not
You
going.
see, I'm 70. It's my 70th
It's
this
brilliant.
year. Yeah.
It's brilliant. So
Yeah.
you've got to keep walking. So that's
Yeah.
what I thought. I thought I'm not going to get old. I'm just going to keep walking.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that's how I
brilliant.
feel.
And
That's-
do all the things that I always wanted to do. And one
Yes.
of them was coastal walking.
Yes.
One of them was living in St Ives.
Yes.
You know, all the things on my bucket list that I want to do. And the Compostela Santiago. I
Yes.
thought I better do that now while I still can. So this decade, really, I just plan on having a lot of fun and doing a lot of things. I mean, it sounds really selfish, doesn't it? But
Well, no, I don't see anything wrong with
well,
that.
my children are grown up now. They've sort
Yeah.
of got their own lives, and they don't need me as much. And I think someone told me once, on your deathbed, it isn't the things that you didn't
I read that the other day.
It's the things you didn't do
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
regret.
exactly.
So I don't want to have too many regrets. I want to do all the things.
Yeah, well,
what-
that's perfectly understandable. I feel exactly the same.
Like when I was on the Santiago, a lot of people were there because they were reassessing their lives. Because what happens when you walk is, or like when I was walking on the Santiago, all I had to think about was where I was going to eat that night, you know, what I was going to have for my dinner and where I was going to sleep. So it really simplifies your life. You're just focused on your walk and your next meal and your bed for the night. So your mind quietens down. It really, really
Yes.
quietens down. Your thoughts become simple, and it leaves time for other stuff.
Yes.
You know, to think. For me, it was stuff from the past that came up that I really needed to do some work on.
Yes.
Some forgiveness.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Forgiving
I
other
know
people
exactly
and forgiving myself.
I know exactly what
which
you're saying.
It's a lot harder to forgive yourself.
Yes.
So much easier to forgive other people.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that I wanted to leave on that Camino that I didn't want to bring back with me.
Right.
So what I did was I found big stones, and I carried a big stone, like I'd say this represented this thing from the past. And I carried it, and all day I'd meditate about it. If it was a person, I'd pray for them, and I'd say, I wish them happiness, I wish them health, I want to let them free, and I want to let them go, and I'd say sorry, and then I'd carry it all day. And when it got too heavy, I'd leave it somewhere,
Yes.
like on a church door, or there's
Right.
these sacred places, and I'd just leave that
Right.
that problem there.
Right.
So And now, if I just think of it again, I think, no, I've left that on the Camino. I'm not going to go back to that. I've done the St Ives to Zeno walk last week. I did that.
Yeah.
That's a really brilliant. Have you done that?
No.
That's a brilliant walk, but it is tough.
Yeah.
It's 7 miles, but I'd add on a couple of miles for all that. There's a
All
lot
the
of
ups and
scrambling
downs.
over rocks.
Yeah.
So when you load this up, could you get rid of me wrinkles and do a little bit of
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Photoshop.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
okay.
give me a facelift.
Yeah. Put some lippy on or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make me look about 20
I'll
years
tell you what
younger.
we'll do. We'll call it out there. That was absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful to speak
That's
to you.
lovely.
And I'll walk you into the
Yeah.
town and we'll go and have a cup of coffee somewhere.
All
How's
right,
that?
yeah.
Okay. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
And you.
This is Paul, who lives in this village, and he was telling me he's been here for 20 years and he lives in these houses, and so you must have seen some high tides and frightening experiences in 20 years, Paul.
Well, I don't know. If you live here, you don't care too much about the elements because it's pretty spectacular.
I can imagine.
But I've never been terrified. I think the worst thing is the wind.
Yes.
Because if it's northeasterly,
Yes. And the high tide on top of that.
that's right. Then
Yes.
it really whips through here. You
Yeah.
cannot believe it.
I can imagine.
I mean, these steps at the side here that you get to the back door because there's no entry through here.
Yes.
You can fly from the top like Superman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When it's really windy.
What
Yeah.
made you come to live in a place like this then, Paul?
Well, our son was a warden on the Farne Islands.
Yes.
I went to Newcastle University,
Right.
so I knew the area.
Yeah.
And when we were fed up with working for our living,
Yes.
we decided to decamp up here from the south,
Yes.
and that's really the
Well,
story.
That's
yeah.
brilliant.
Mm.
So would I be right in assuming that a lot of these are holiday lets?
They are now,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, there's 4 conurbations down here. There's Partenall, which is over there.
Yeah.
This is Lower Bournemouth. You've just walked through Cowdrate,
Yes.
and beyond Cowdrate was Ross.
Yes.
And in Lower Bournemouth here, there's just 4 of us living here.
Really?
3 in Partenall,
Yes.
probably about half in Cowdrate, and
Right.
they're all occupied in Ross.
So what's the total population of all of these?
Well,
put
there's
together?
52 doors. There's probably about 55 people, I should think.
Really? Is that?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that
yeah.
is a small community,
Yes,
isn't
it is. And we've got fibre optic broadband in the road. How about
it?
that?
Really? I was
Yeah.
going to say, I bet you wouldn't get any internet, but obviously you've just answered the question. That was the next one. How
Yeah,
do you
no,
manage with communication?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Mobile telephones are a bit difficult. The only
Yes.
one that works in the house is Vodafone here,
Yes.
because the masts are on the cliff at the back.
Yes. Yeah.
And but no, the communication's no problem.
Well, that's great.
It's the hill that you'll walk up that's the
Well,
problem.
I'm used to that now. To be honest with you, I've been walking through Lincolnshire and Norfolk for the last sort of month or so, and so I haven't seen a natural hill. But I'm doing all right. I'm just taking it real easy today. I've just had 3 or 4 days off, and I'm just going to get to Eyemouth, and then I'm going to get a bus back. The camper vans in Berwick-on-Tweed.
Oh, right.
That's the way I operate, you know.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well,
Yeah.
from here it's about an hour and a quarter, I suppose,
Yeah, that's
to
right.
Eyemouth,
Yeah.
along the coastal path.
Yeah.
You must go along that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way to go.
Yes.
So you're up to the top of the hill,
Yes.
by the school,
Yeah.
turn right, and you'll
Yeah.
see a
The
signpost.
path. Yes. I've got OS maps on my iPhone.
So you know where you're going.
Yeah. But no. I mean, it doesn't get it wrong. It's me that gets it wrong occasionally. But sometimes the signal can be so bad, even though that works, that you're a bit reliant. on
Yes,
it.
that's right. All of a sudden you get a dead patch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, Paul.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Lovely.
We always do.
Yeah, well, that's very kind.
Enjoy your walk.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Indeed. Thank you.
Okay.
Look after yourself. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Here I am walking along Oxwich Beach, and I've bumped into these lovely people who are just heading in the opposite direction. And your name is?
Jenny.
Jenny.
I'm Reg.
And Reg. And where are you off to, Reg? What's the plan?
Well, we're just going along Oxwich Beach
Yeah.
to the far end. There's a hotel there. We probably have a cup of tea before we turn round
Yes.
and walk the 3 miles back to our
Oh, right.
motorhome.
So you normally do like circular walks. I mean, sometimes
Yes.
you probably do a little bit more adventurous, but mainly it's circular stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where are you from then, Jenny?
We're from Worcester.
Worcester.
Yes.
Ah,
yes.
right. I've come across people from all. Everybody seems to be from different places, but you're the
Of
first.
course.
First from Worcester.
Yes.
I know it well. Yeah.
Well, we met a lady day before yesterday, and she was from Scotland on her own, north of Skye, and she'd taken 6 weeks to get down here.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I thought, oh, how wonderful. So,
Yes.
yeah, people are doing lovely things.
Well, yes, and you know, while I've got the energy and all the rest of it, I mean, this walk is the easiest part of it, without any doubt, is actually doing the walking.
Yes.
The logistics can be a bit of a nightmare at times.
Yes.
And obviously you're relying on the weather and everything,
Yes.
but you know, editing films and all this, I never get a spare minute to myself at all.
No.
You know, and it takes up all of my time, and I don't mind that. It's because it's really good fun, and I'm absolutely thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel a bit buoyed up today because this is the end of this particular walk. I've done this in 3 days.
Yes.
And having just finished the Pembroke Coastal Path, which is
Of course,
probably
which is beautiful,
the
which
toughest,
we-
and that was 186 miles.
Yes.
And so it's like breaking it down into small chunks, if you understand.
Yes. Oh, I do admire you.
Oh,
Wonderful.
thank
yes.
you very much.
We've done a lot of that, but in chunks, as you
Yes,
say,
yes.
depending on where we pitched our motorhome or caravan.
Yes. Well, yes, and I mean, obviously this time of year, as I was just saying, the campsites are cheaper. You know,
Yes,
I know
yes.
the nights are drawing in.
Yes.
But with all respect, there's no kids around and
No.
everything, and you know, and the beaches are
Yeah.
great for walkers now. You know, there's no full car parks to contend
No.
with and all this kind of stuff. You know,
But-
so you know, it's lovely.
Interestingly, the lady we met the other day with the camper van from Scotland, she was staying at the local hotel
Yes.
just along the beach in their car park, and they were perfectly happy for her to do that.
Oh, I quite often do that.
There we are then.
You know, I balance it up. I would say I would do maybe 60% wild camping, 40%.
yes,
Because
yeah.
you've got to do your washing and you've got to have a shower
Of
and
course, yes.
you need hookup and you need to. And now with hookup, I've got an electric heater, which just takes off that chill in the morning.
Yes.
And it gives me, gives me all my electricity for my computer.
Of course.
I am self-sufficient. I've got batteries and an inverter, but they do and a solar panel.
Yes.
But they do use up an awful lot of power. These computers, you know, that
They do, yes.
and the screens and the everything that goes with it, and the laptop and all that.
Well,
But
I'll
it's-
tell you, sorry,
Go on.
so you're in for a little treat in the direction you're going.
Yes.
We've just spotted on the, just on the shoreline here where the stream comes to the beach.
Yep.
There's quite a large flock of ringed plovers and sanderlings all mixed in together, and
Wow.
they're really comic the way they trot up and down the beach.
Right.
But that's quite a sight for
Oh,
us.
I'll have to
Most
look at that.
unusual.
Yeah. I notice you've got your binoculars.
Oh,
We
yes,
have,
yes.
yes.
You know, is the word twitchers or is that?
We
is it-
don't
No.
twitch, but
You
we
don't
do
twitch.
love our birding. Yes.
So,
yes,
so
yes.
where does the word twitcher come
Well,
from?
it's associated with people who hear on the internet or via whatever that there's a bird being spotted somewhere, a rare visitor to Great Britain, and they hightail it off in their car, and with lots and lots of other
Oh, so
twitchers.
right, that's a
So
twitcher.
that's a twitcher, I think.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
No, we just love wherever we're walking,
Yes.
just looking
Yeah,
out
yeah.
for birds.
Well, that's lovely. That's
Yeah.
lovely. I mean, you both seem very happy together and doing this,
Oh,
and you're both
yes.
interested in it and all the rest of it. That's fantastic.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
Well, we've just had lunch.
Well, there you go. Well, I've been invited out tonight to go. A couple that I met. He's originally from Birmingham, and she lives in Swansea. Well, she's originally from Swansea, and I told him I was coming through Swansea, so they're taking me for a night out tonight.
Oh, brilliant!
Dressed
On the
like
town.
this.
Well, I was going to say on the town.
and I'm going up the tower, to the top of the tower apparently, and there's a restaurant up there, and you get an absolutely stunning view up there.
Right, that
So I'm
sounds
looking
good.
forward to that. So I should make it there for
Yeah.
about sort of 5 o'clock, which would be just about right.
Yeah, yeah. And sorry, what's your name?
Jim,
Jim.
yes, it's on the card.
All the very best.
Yes,
because,
thank you very much indeed.
You know,
Thank
I
you.
do admire you. And doing it on your own as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a story attached to this where my wife and I lived in Bulgaria, and we've come home because my father-in-law had a heart attack, and she's looking after him.
Okay.
And
yes.
so she says, well, you know, you go and do some adventure and everything, and if I
Yes.
need you, I'll give you a call.
That's amazing.
And
That's good of her.
he's doing fine, you know,
Yeah.
but he's at 94.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
it's a good age. Yeah.
yeah.
Deserves being looked after.
definitely, he's a wonderful man,
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a real pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, Jim.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Bye bye now. Bye bye. So what do you think, Rosemary?
Delicious, Jim.
I mean, I know
Absolutely delicious.
we're here with all these seasiders. I mean, this is the way to eat fish and chips, isn't it?
Definitely.
Is it all right? Is the quality all right?
Delicious.
Good, good. Now, would you like half of this with me? This is called a whole patty. You've never had a whole patty? Have you never
What's
had?
in a whole patty?
Well, it's a fish. It's like a fish cake, but it's got like a kind of sage. You're welcome to try. And I've got some mushy peas if you want some mushy peas. We know how to live. So I'm just a little bit off the usual track. I got diverted off through the fields for the last probably half an hour or so, and this is Joe, is that right?
It
and
is.
Mary. And so you're from Essex then, Mary?
I'm from Essex,
An
yes.
Essex girl.
That's right, yes.
And so you're just down here on a holiday or something?
Yes, just for a few days.
Yes. And you, Mary, are you local?
Joe, I'm from Portsmouth.
Sorry, Joe, I beg your
That's
pardon.
right.
You're from Portsmouth.
Ex-Ren, ex-Navy,
right.
that's why I'm in Portsmouth, yes.
I've got to say, I was very
Yes.
impressed. These friends took me out for a meal. They've got an apartment right in the middle where it used to be I guess for the Navy, the
Oh, the Grand Wharf Quays.
Yes.
We were there yesterday.
Yeah, well, I didn't see you. I was down there. We went for a lovely Sunday lunch and we had a
Yes.
few beers and I was sat on that in the pub where literally the window is you could almost reach out and touch the boats passing. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a lovely pub and it was like really busy. You know, there was loads of people about yesterday.
Spice Island, maybe? I don't know.
Yes, it was Spice
Yes, that's
Island.
just off, yes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we went across to the Isle of Wight
All right.
on the car ferry, which
Right, yesterday.
had full passengers.
All
yeah.
right.
Fishbourne.
It's a bit windy and blustery though for a sort of a ferry crossing, isn't it?
Not
But-
sitting
It
inside with your paper.
No, we were sitting inside in the
Oh well,
comfort.
that's not so bad. Because I came across on that little boat this morning from across. I can't remember the names. The names go in one ear and out the other. But you catch a ferry off from Portsmouth. And you walk to the end, and then you get a ferry across onto this piece of land.
Hailing Island.
Yes.
Yes, I didn't know that was still running. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's up and running. Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, and you walked. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a really nice pub at the end of it. I called in there for a cup of tea. You know, I drink a lot of tea. I'm always in pubs for tea. I never drink when I'm walking.
No.
I have a drink on a night, but not when I'm walking.
yeah.
It doesn't do you any good. Well, it's lovely to meet you, ladies.
Nice to meet you too,
You're all looking
yes.
very spruce in your shades of purple. Actually, my camper van is that colour.
Is it?
Yeah. It used to be that colour, but now it's that colour because it's faded with the sun. Because it's getting on a bit now.
Yeah.
It's almost like pink, but I like purple. I used to play in a band called Purple Haze,
Oh,
which was
right.
Jimi Hendrix, you see. And so we had it sprayed. We had the band sprayed purple, but it's getting old now and it's fading. All right, lovely to meet you, ladies.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And good luck with your walk.
Yes, and I hope you enjoy the vlogs. And if you have a look, send us a
Yes.
message. It'd be nice to hear from you.
Yes, we will.
Okay,
All right,
yes,
thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Hope it all goes well.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
then.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's lovely. Well, I've just bumped into Nick and Pauline, who I thought at first were walkers, but in actual fact they're bird twitchers. Is that
Correct,
right?
the
Is that
Twitchers
right?
it is.
So is this a good area for that?
Very
kind
good this time of year. We're coming, all the new birds are arriving from Europe and Africa and that, so we're coming through. We
Yes.
haven't seen many at the moment, the weather's a bit against us, but the wind's right, so hopefully there'll be a few more today.
Right. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, you look like walkers, and you was marching along there. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
No.
it's been a pleasure meeting you both, and you're from Essex as
Yes,
well.
we are from Essex
Well,
in Chelmsford.
I've only got one more county to go, and that's Kent, and then I'll be in Essex myself. And I've got a few friends over there as well, so I'm quite looking forward to that. And then I'll think I'm on the home straight, really.
Fantastic, last few miles to Grimsby.
Yeah.
All the very best to you. Thank you
Cheers.
very much for stopping and talking to us.
Lovely to speak to you both. And
Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You take care.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. So this is Susie and Dennis, who are on the coastal path, and they're heading again in the opposite direction to us. And so you're just having a light walk today.
We are, yes.
I can recommend, if you're going for a cup of tea, the halfway house.
Oh, excellent.
We've just been there.
We walked
Lovely lady in there. and a lovely cup of tea as well. And they've got a nice big log fire. It's a really friendly pub, lovely people.
Very nice,
So-
just what we need.
Have a look.
Yep.
So I noticed you've got your rucksacks on. I mean, do you do any serious walking generally?
We tend to like to go out for walks. We wherever we are. We've got a boat down in Mayflower Marina, and so we sail to different places and then walk.
Yes.
So much like yourself, we go to different places and then go out for walks. Not as dedicated as you, but
Well,
we do.
Well, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it, really. To be honest with you, this has been an amazing adventure, and I would never have missed this in my life. I've done some big adventures and stuff in the past, but this is by far the best because the people are without a doubt the most interesting part of the walk.
Yeah.
Even though I'm seeing some lovely places and all the
Yes.
rest of it, and I like travelling anyway, but it has been good fun.
Excellent.
Well,
Good.
thank you very much.
No problem. We've got company. The dogs are joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank
you. Good luck on your walk.
This is Tim that I've just bumped into, who's sitting here. And what exactly are you doing then, Tim? What's the idea behind this?
Well, I'm trying to top up my vitamin D levels because it's quite an important part of your health.
Yes.
And when the sun's out, it's free to get it.
Absolutely.
So,
but it's a sun trap, isn't it? It's
lovely.
quite amazing, really, because there's quite a stiff, chilly breeze today. I've
There
been
is.
walking into it most of the morning, but this is gorgeous, isn't it?
It is.
What would you say the temperature is? About 7 or 8, maybe?
Well, here I feel like it's
More.
more like 10 plus, I'd say.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty warm. If I was sitting here with anything more on, I'd be getting too hot, I think.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. No, it's a good idea, mate. No problem. There's nothing indecent about it, I suppose. You know what I mean? Nobody's bothering you, and you're not upsetting anybody. So do it.
Well, you get to see. There's quite a lot of bird life here as well. I've just had 3 robins
Oh yeah.
coming to see if I've got anything food for them. But,
Yeah.
And there's a couple of magpies in the tree over there.
Yeah. I've got a robin that kind of follows me around the country. So he pops up every now and again. Well, have a good day, Tim. And how long are you going to stay there then?
Oh, not much longer. 20 minutes more, probably.
Yeah. Well, it'll definitely. You've got your chest's burning a bit at the top there. It's a bit red. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to. Yeah, you're supposed to do like 20 minutes or half an hour.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well,
Well, if it works for you, that's great.
Another thing is I come from the town, so I come up the hill and I sort of don't hang about too much, so I get a workout followed by a bit of topping up my vitamin D, so it's a win-win. And also there's lots of rosemary bushes dotted around, and I sometimes take a bit of that because it's very good for your heart.
Very good.
So it's a kind of holistic kind of.
You've got it sorted, haven't you, mate? This is a lovely idea.
Well, I mean, it de-stresses you as well because there's a lot of stress in life, isn't there? So
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
half an hour of time to yourself is always good.
Right.
And you've got the sound of the sea, so
Yeah.
I moved to this part of the country to be by the sea.
Where
So
did you move from?
I moved from Somerset.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, well,
I mean, you can get to the coast, but there's nothing like living actually on the
no,
coast.
I agree with you. I mean, I've done 2,400 miles on the coastal path now, and I absolutely love it. And there's a lot of people in this country who've never even seen I would say 99% of the people in this country have never seen the coastal path. I speak to foreigners, in different places, who say, "Oh, we've been to London, we've been to Manchester, we've been to Glasgow, they think they've seen the country, and all they've done is spent the whole time on a motorway. They've never seen a place like this where you're sitting.
Well, I'm surprised how many people that live here don't know anything about the coast just down there.
Yeah.
You go to Brixham and then you go past Brixham, and it's, there's loads of nice beaches there, and there's nobody on it.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I mean, it's only 20 minutes
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start at Brixham, you can go right round to Froward Point.
Yes, I've
which
been
is
down there. Yeah,
overlooking.
I was there the day before yesterday. It's a hell of a tough walk, but it's absolutely stunning scenery. It's beautiful. Anyway, best of luck to you, Tim.
Well,
Cheers,
enjoy
mate.
the rest of your walk. Which way are you going?
I'm going anti-clockwise. I'm heading for Dover right now.
All right.
I've done all the west coast and from Carlisle down to Land's End, and now I'm heading east to Dover. I started in Grimsby, so it's been a good walk. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting way of doing it, isn't it? Because you're... Yeah, anyway.
Cheers, mate.
Sounds good.
Nice to speak to you, thank you very much. Into this lovely couple, we haven't even really started yet. And your name, sir?
My name's Malcolm.
Malcolm. And
I'm Linda.
And so what are you doing today? I see you've got all your kit with you and your sticks and everything. Are you going for a long walk today?
Well, we're going for about an 8-mile round trip. Nothing too strenuous, not like you.
Well, no. I mean, funny enough, the last couple of days we've been walking into the wind. We've done 31 miles in 2 days, and it absolutely wore us out. We had to walk right round the power station and into the wind all day, and it was dreadful. Yesterday was better, you know.
So it's about 12.5 miles we read to Porlock.
Yes.
Porlock Weir from here.
Yes, well that's about right, I would imagine. 12.5, you reckon? Blimey, I didn't realise it was quite as far as that, but that's all right.
So,
but we're having an easier day today. Anyway, have a nice walk.
Okay, and you.
Thank
so
you
when do you finish?
Well, it's 390 days walking an average of 12.5 miles.
Right.
And I'm just over halfway.
Okay.
So
where do you finish?
I'll be finishing at Gretna Green.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Or I might do it the other way around and finish at Berwick-on-Tweed, because I've already walked to Berwick-on-Tweed. I've already walked from Carlisle all the way down the west coast.
Right. Oh, I used to live in Newcastle at one time.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I walked through there as well,
did
actually.
my PhD there.
I went across the ferry, the little ferry that runs across there to, now where was it? South Shields, sort of to North Shields. Yeah, there's a ferry, a pedestrian ferry. It was very nice across the Tyne.
Yes, when I was a young man, I used to do the half marathon on New Year's Day from Morpeth to Newcastle City Centre. Yeah.
Well, you're both looking pretty fit and well. I'm glad to see you walking. That's lovely.
Okay.
Okay, nice to meet you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye now. Bye. I'm not that far off. I keep telling myself this, even though it seems to sometimes get further away. But I'm not that far off Land's End now. And I bumped into Dawn, who was walking along the coastal path. And so, where are you off to today, Dawn?
Well, the plan was to have lunch at Sennan Cove, but after a leisurely late breakfast, we kind of blew it.
Yes.
And we parked at Cape Cornwall and we've done this beautiful walk in the beautiful sunshine and no wind. But we realised quite quickly we were not going to make lunch for Sennan Cove and be able to get back in the light. So we've turned back and we've got cakes, so we're okay.
Oh, well, that's all right.
But beautiful day for a walk.
It's surprising now, even though, I mean, the weather's been absolutely fantastic. Really, you get to 4 o'clock and you've got to start thinking, you know, I got caught out, well, maybe about 10 days ago, pushing it too hard and walking far too long. And by the time I got back to my camper van, it was nearly too dark to see.
Yeah.
And that was a horrible feeling, you know, if anything was to go wrong or if you was to fall or anything like that. And
it's difficult enough on these paths when you can see where you're going.
It is indeed.
You have to concentrate. We talked about that.
Yes.
And if you want to look at the view, you have to stop and look at the view, which is why it takes longer than you think it's going to.
Yes. Yeah. That's absolutely right.
Well, I hope you get to Land's End before the dark.
Oh no, well I think I'm about an hour and a half away. Being realistic about it, I might maybe 2 hours, but it doesn't really matter. And then all I've got to do is get a bus back to my camper van, and that's easy enough, or a taxi if I can't be bothered to go all the way into Penzance, in and out. But it's only about 4 or 5 miles into Penzance.
It's about 5 miles, yeah.
Yeah, so it's only going to be like a 10-mile journey, so that's not too bad.
As long as there's a bus.
And I've got my bus pass, so it doesn't cost me anything, you know. Well, thank you very much. It's been very nice meeting you, and best of luck. Thank you.
And best of luck with the rest of your walk.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye now.